Genesis chapter 11, verse 10 explains the genealogy of Shem. Shem was a black man in Africa. If you repeat this fact, they can't laugh at you. Genesis 14, verse 13. Abraham steps.
Good to see you again. Good to see you again.
And you.
Now, you made some news this morning.
Yes.
On The
Yes,
View.
I did.
When y'all were talking about the Holocaust.
Yeah.
And would you care to follow up, clarify what you said this morning?
I don't know
because it confused some people.
It upset a lot of people.
Yes.
Which was never, ever, ever, ever my intention. I thought we were having a discussion because I feel being black, when we talk about race, it's a very different thing to me. Mm-hmm. So I said that I felt that the Holocaust wasn't about race. And people got very, very, very angry and still are angry. I mean, I'm getting, all of the mail from folks and the very real anger because people feel very differently. But I thought it was a salient discussion because as a black person, I think of race as being something that I can see. So I see you and I know what race you are. And the discussion was about how I felt about that. I felt that it was really more about man's inhumanity to man and how horrible people can be to people. And we're seeing it manifest itself these days. But people were very angry and they said, no, we are a race. And I understand. I felt differently. I respect everything everyone is saying to me. And I don't want to fake apologize. I'm very upset about that people are misunderstood what I was saying. And so because of it, they're saying that I'm anti-Semitic.
Genesis chapter 11, verse 10 explains the genealogy of Shem. Shem was a black man in Africa. If you repeat this fact, they can't laugh at you.
So we're going to read from the book, 100 Amazing Facts About the Negro with Complete Proof by J.A. Rogers. Go to page 14. Jews and Ethiopians. Number 30. The characters of the Bible are largely Negroes. The Jews were slaves to Egypt for nearly 430 years. Okay?
And a lot of times what these youngsters don't know, when they talk about when they talk about Jews, people, you gotta realize the first Jews were black.
Jews.
Yes.
Not Israelites.
Jews. The Jews.
Yeah.
The Jews. The Jews were black.
Right. Wow. Deep.
And so, it's so crazy right now. I be thinking about this all the time. Even like all around just in the U.S. right now, the Jews got all the Jews.
Now we're going to go to page 28. Ancient civilizations. Number 11. Persia was originally dominated by a Negro people known as the Ammonites. I repeat, Persia was originally dominated by a Negro people known as the Ishmaelites. Okay, so we have this book, The Ancient Black Hebrews and Arabs. Okay, the sons of Shem. Shem represents the geographical territory of Western Asia, and his sons are all peoples or ethnic groups in that region. In chapter 10 of Genesis, we are told the sons of Shem, the children of Shem, Elam, and Asher, and Arpadox, Lud, and Aram. These were all Negroes. See? Elam. Negroid people. So these were Shemites. She's not anti-Semitic.
They're saying that I'm anti-Semitic.
That's stupid. Okay? It's just mind games at this point. Reading from this book, Nature Knows No Color Line, J.A. Rogers. Another book I've read many times, real good information. And I thought this was quite interesting. Many American Negroes are indistinguishable from Arabs. The New York Times, February 2nd, 1945, reports of the meeting between President Roosevelt and King Ibn Saud. It was a matter of considerable astonishment of the king's servants to discover American Negro cooks and mess boys. It was more than difficult to persuade them that these were not also Arabs. The matter was never entirely cleared up. Okay, so there was a similar phenotype of the American Negroes and the Arabs. Why is that? Well, if you look on Google, you type in Shemites or Semites as the Europeans call it. The Semites are in the same category as in Genesis, where it talks about the lineage of Shem. Okay, that's why the American Negroes looked indistinguishable from the Arabs, because they were the same stock, which means they were Shemites according to the biblical text. That's history. Okay, Genesis 10:22-29. Let us see which nations were represented by these sons of Shem. The eldest is Elam, and he was the Epomus, if I'm pronouncing that right, ancestor of the Ammonites of ancient southwest Iran. Okay, the Ammonites spoke a language with no known genetic relations. Elam was the ancestor of a black nation. Okay, then you have Asher, which represents the Aboriginal people of northern Mesopotamia, just as the Ishmaelites represent the Aboriginal Southwest Iranians. They spoke a northern dialect of Akkadian called Assyrian. It is a Semitic language. So Asher and his descendants were black Shemitic. Okay.
And that I'm denying the Holocaust and all these other things, which, would never occur to me to do. I thought we were having a discussion about race, which everyone, I think, is having.
As the white guy in the conversation here, I am neither Jewish nor am I black, and so I have a different perspective of all of this.
Yes.
It seems to me that whiteness is a construct created by colonial powers during the beginning of colonial imperialist era in order to exploit other people, and that they could apply it to all different kinds of people, that idea of race.
This is television, that's all it is. It's nothing to do with people, it's to do with the rating. For 50 years, we've told them what to eat, what to drink, what to wear. For Christ's sake, Ben, don't you understand? Americans love television. They wean their kids on it. Listen, they love game shows. They love wrestling. They love sports, violence. So what do? We give them what they want.
And the American experience tends to be based on skin.
Yes. And so that is what race means to me. When you talk about being a racist, I was saying you can't call this racism. This was evil. This wasn't based on the skin. You couldn't tell who was Jewish. They had to delve deeply to figure it out.
Well, I think one of the reasons why that people might say, and again, I'm not Jewish and I'm black, but as someone who understands, what I've read of how the Nazis operated, when they found out that you were of the Jewish race, that's why they'd make you wear a star, so they could see you.
So they could identify you. But my point is, they had to do the work. If the Klan is coming down the street, and I'm standing with a Jewish friend, and neither one, I'm going to run. But if my friend decides not to run, they'll get passed by most times, because you can't tell who's Jewish. You don't know. It's not something that people say, oh, that person is Jewish or this person is Jewish. And so that's what I was trying to explain.
Necklace, the Star of David. Okay. Look, you're Jewish? I don't know, am I?
Was he like us, or A woman?
No.
Female?
No,
I would
was
say
he
what?
African?
Was he African?
African.
No. He was American, and he was like you. He looked just like you.
He was Jewish.
Just like you.
Jew. It's an odd crime for a Jew. Yeah, pretty docile. Okay.
And I understand that not everybody sees it that way, and that I did a lot of harm, I guess, to myself. And people, you know, decided I was all these other things.
Broadcast the truth. Truth hasn't been very popular lately.
I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all. I'm blickety black, blacker than black, black, I'm blacker than black, yo, because I'm black and I'm black.
Everything the white man taught you, you accepted. He taught you you were a black heathen, and you believed him. He taught you to worship a blonde, blue-eyed Jesus with white skin, and you believed him. He taught you that black was a curse, and you believed that. Did you ever look up the word black in a dictionary? Did you ever look up the word black in a dictionary? Did you ever look up the word black in a dictionary? For what? Did you ever study anything that wasn't part of some con? What the hell for, man? Come with me. Black, destitute of light, devoid of color, enveloped in darkness, hence utterly dismal or gloomy, as the future looked black.
Pretty good with them words, ain't you?
Soiled with dirt, foul, sullen, hostile, forbidding, as a black day. Foully or outrageously wicked, as black cruelty, indicating disgrace, dishonor, or culpability. And there's others, black male, black bald, black guard.
Yeah, well, that's something all right.
Let's look up white. Here. Read.
White, of the color of pure snow, reflecting all the rays of the spectrum, the opposite of black, the opposite of black.
The Chinese yin and yang are an important element of Chinese philosophy and religion, representing the principle that all things exist as inseparable and contradictory opposites, the correct balance of which creates harmony. They are mutually dependent and contain at their core an element of their opposite, represented by the dots. Examples of opposite pairs include white, black, masculine, feminine, fire, water, and rich and poor. Especially in this society. This is America. It's a corporation. I'm black. This is my ID. You're white. That's your ID. There's no culture in a color.
Free from spot or blemish. Innocent. Pure. Ain't this something? Without evil intent. Harmless, honest, square dealing, and honorable. Wait a minute, but this is written by white folks, though, right? I mean, this is white folks' book.
This sure ain't no black man's book.
So what we reading this one for?
Because the truth is lying there, if you read behind the words. Because the truth is lying there, if you read behind the words.
Yo, I'm black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm bigger than black.